Well, we're in Chicago. So yeah, so we're in downtown Chicago. This we just got here. This is one of the buildings at the corner where we're staying at. I'll just show you the back of the building over there. So yeah, there's some kind of church over there. There's a viewing tower we're going to be going up after. And our street that we're on is Wabash. And we're at the Holiday Inn Express here on Wabash Avenue. Okay, we're just coming up to the Riverwalk. Oh, there's the NBC studio. That's wow. Look at the butterfly over there and all that. We're on the riverboat cruise.
Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. My name is Victor. I will be your tour guide today. So a bit about myself as we get started here. Was born and raised here in Chicago. Did 3.5 years of architecture at IIT on the South Side. So I was born and raised here. I would spend my summers in Detroit with my grandmother. Her house is 1923. Small shops and restaurants on site, the marina at the base. Virtually a city within a city, an introvert's paradise. A movie came out back in 1980 called The Hunter, starring Steve McQueen. There was a car chase at the parking lot of this West building. There's a car shot to the river. They stunt for that movie. That stunt was reenacted like 12 to 15 years ago for an Allstate commercial. All the parking is valet. So the one thing I want you all to do is use your eyes. Even if you tune me out, use your eyes. See what you like, see what you don't like, see what flows, see what doesn't work. Standing from 2009 and to our right coming up, vertical aluminum mullions, shaft, capital on top. The base of the building visually anchors the structure of the ground. The shaft draws your eye up. The corners from the top to finish things off. A T represents some of the Prince merchants of the United States, including Philemon, Woolworth, Wanamaker, Marshall Field, and a few more. The building was commissioned for and by the president of the Marshall Field organization. It was going to be their wholesale warehouse and distribution center. Their plans are not fully materialized because 1930, Country was at the height of the Great Depression. Branch to our right and South Branch to our left. Brand new. So 6 new buildings around here over the past 9 years. The most recent addition, the one here to our right coming up, the roughly 60-story Salesforce Tower. Finished last summer, rising to a height of roughly 850. Personally, I wish the building were taller. This location, very visible and visual, but my opinion. Again, here in Chicago, we have 4 double-decker drawbridges, and the 4 Lake Street to our left, the oldest, 1916. As we transition from North Branch to South, I will discuss the building there to our left, the very cool base, 150 North Riverside. They finished that sculpture right storage building, a giant icebox and refrigerator that had very few windows. It was renovated 45 years ago. They knocked more than that as to how we used to treat the river's edge to our right versus how we now treat the river's edge to our left. For the last half century, from being highly toxic to just polluted, so we are working on it slowly but surely. Complex to our left built like 1998 to 2001. Yes, they're nice. My problem is copy-cut, paste, copy-cut, paste, copy-cut. Along the river's edge costs the most, like 2 to 2.3 million. On average, like 4,000 square feet, and I have all 4 levels. In the background, slightly smaller. Back there, on the middle square one, they have 7 penthouses. 2 of them are duplexes with 4,000 square feet inside, 2,000 square feet outside, only for 30 grand for the Republican National Convention where Abraham Lincoln was nominated. Now, coming up to our right, the building draws everyone's attention. The little diva of this area 150 North Riverside by Getch Partners, architecture firm headquartered here. Building itself, a pretty good example of form follows. I saw designs like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't like it. Stones to our left, Chicago. It's under the whole way. And the roadway here to our right is Wacker Drive, named for Charles Wacker, the first head of the Chicago Plan Commission. It's one of the first bi-level roadways built anywhere. You'd help separate that traffic. Initially, the lower level was for trucks, so you can load and unload all your goods to the buildings along the roadway. That's where the ugly stuff is. Out of sight, out of mind. Upper level, cars in the movie called Doom 3, and many more. And those from the 70s, Cooley High. Built in 2 phases, 60 years apart. Third on the right, bay windows, postmodern, 87. 2/3 on the left, all the ornamentation. Beautiful columns on top, classically inspired, 1927, base, shaft, capital. 87, respects the river, killing more than 800 people. Again, July 24th, 1915. Out of the city's history, out of the river's history. As we clear Clark here to our right, coming up, we're gonna have pediments, but the doorways, pediments on top, kind of reminds you of a Greek temple or a government building. Postmodern, 1992. 77 Field, Ignatius office condo. It's always kind of reminded me of a giant pound sign or hashtag on your telephone. But you'll notice how the corners and roof line on 55, again, you have time, sit down, sit back, relax, have a glass or 2. Now, don't say much about the hotel here to our right because for me, kind of ruins the street wall. Everything else is nice and flush against the sidewalk. That building is failed. And to its right, look like a sharpened pencil, Prudential Plaza, number 2, 1990. Spires on buildings like that work fine. Nice street walk to our right of buildings side by side. Originally, the London Guarantee and Accident Building, 1923. 6 to 8 years ago, Chicago Tribune did vacate this building. It is now 162 condominiums. And coming up to our not this one, postmodern, Echo Deco, echoing, missed it, but on the way back. So I have been following the piece of vacant land to our left at the corner by the bridge since 2005. So back then, there's a proposal for that site called the Fordham Spire. 2 years later, same architect, different developer, did an upgrade of the Chicago Spire, designed by Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava. It was going to rise 2,000 feet. The foundation was completed. The economy killed the project. Different development building between say 15 and 45 floors, hard pan clay, 85, 95 feet down. Big buildings, Sears Tower, Trump Tower, and Fitness Center, did the shape of that building. The circular formation on top was a restaurant, nor did not revolve. But I think it's funny, the kids see a fidget spinner, adults see a flask. Life. And no, Oprah never lived there. Beyond the Great Wall, Lake Michigan, 3rd largest of the 5 Great Lakes, but the only one that lies entirely in the boundaries of this country. Of the 5 Great Lakes, 2nd deepest, maximum depth, 9 to top blue stripe, north branch of the river and lake, bottom blue stripe, south branch of the river and canal. 1 star.
Well, here we are at I forget the name of the casino now. The Bally's Casino in downtown Chicago. The reason I forgot the name is because I've had too many of these, eh? So anyways, yeah, nice casino. It's 2 doors down from our hotel. So we're gonna play a little bit here. Then we're gonna head down to the pier, get another boat tour. So just enjoying Chicago. This is the beach down in Chicago. This is the pathway from the beach to the pier. We're headed towards the pier now. Like going through a park, eh? The entrance way to the pier. We're now coming on to Navy Pier in Chicago. Fun's over. What's that, Raj?
It's a funny name and a funnier history. The area east of Michigan Avenue, north of the Chicago River, is known as Streeterville, named for the area's first resident, Captain George Wellington Streeter. When Streeter first arrived in 1886, his resident had thrown pots of boiling water at the constables who tried to have him removed. Streeter kept up the fight for his land and vice district until his death in 1921. Though Streeterville eventually became part of the city we know and love, Cap Streeter's legacy is still very much alive today. Chicago trip to space. Before you leave Chicago, don't forget to catch a sporting event with a major headline concert tour at historic Soldier Field, the old city of Indiana. Music campus is not just enjoyment to visitors, but it's used by the entire city as an active environment for jogging, cycling, picnics.
Well, Lorraine and Roger, you enjoying your trip so far?
Yes.
Well, we're just coming back to the Navy Pier. They're going to be landing very shortly and head back to our room. Nice ride. Nice view. Well, that was our first day in Chicago, and yeah, it was pretty, lots to see, lots to do, and tomorrow's going to be another busy day. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you.